Hi, welcome, Soleil here. Today we're going to talk about how to use tarot or how tarot can help us to resolve those issues and repetitive patterns that we, as much as we want to change them, it's very hard actually to get results just by, sometimes doing therapy or reading books, attending workshops, because actually what we really need to do is to have access to the subconscious mind. And this has been my interest and my work for many, many, many years. So how is that tarot can help us to understand ourselves better, or how to understand the events in our life that cause an impact on us? And actually, I remember the first question that I asked myself was, how is that possible? That just by, picking a card, I will get the answer or the insight or the guidance that I need for the problem or the issue or the situation that I'm going through that I feel like I'm stuck in. How is that possible that randomly I can just pick a card, right? Look at the card and say, oh my God, this is exactly what I was thinking about. So this is the mystery that actually inspired me, to keep searching, keep practicing, keep doing readings, mostly to myself and of course to other people. But what really fascinates me is the way I got into tarot. For many years, I felt the call to, listen to people's stories. Even when I was very young, people will come to me, my friends in school, to talk to me about whatever was going on in their lives. And we were girls, And after a while, I got this kind of reputation that, Soleil, you can talk to Soleil and she may say something to you and you will say, oh, wow, that is very helpful. So yeah, that happens to me when I was very young. And when I thought about maybe I should study psychology, and I apply and I try, but that didn't happen to me, and I tried twice. And for whatever reason, that wasn't the path for me. So I kept, learning, reading books, going to workshops and talking to people until I met this woman. She was a seer in my town. That was down in Patagonia, Argentina. So I went to see this woman and I asked, I feel I have this calling and I try to, become a therapist or a counselor, and that didn't work for me. So I explained the whole situation, and what she said was really like, it blew my mind, because she told me, these are the exact words that she said to me. She said, Soleil, why don't you start with tarot? Tarot? You mean tarot cards? And she said, yes. Okay, so my next question was, well, do you know anyone who can teach me how to do this? And she said, no, that's not necessary. Go to a bookstore, look at the cards, look at the decks, get the one you like, and just, start playing with them. That was like more than 20 years ago. And I did exactly what she told me. Even though I was feeling like that tarot, I couldn't make the connection. So eventually, I started, getting to know the cards, their meanings, learning about the symbols, and then I studied Jungian psychotherapy. Carl Jung, he was very much into how to get access to the subconscious mind, because the subconscious mind is what is holding everything that we believe, even not the personal subconscious, but the collective subconscious is also important. And the collective subconscious is like the conscious of whole humanity, throughout times. And actually, tarot, especially the major arcana, represents archetypes. And archetypes are like representations of those things that will happen to all human beings all over the planet. And it's so ancient that, for example, if I tell you about the tarot as a story, it's the same thing as in astrology. It's how energy works, or in this case, in the tarot cards, it's about those events. For example, we're all gonna face love issues, relationships. Those are represented in tarot. We all are going to have moments when we feel like we can't deal with life anymore. We accomplished everything that we have done and we feel restless. Okay, there's an archetype. There are moments in life when we are very young, probably, and very innocent, and we know that we need to go somewhere, but we don't know where. That's an archetype. So it fascinated me. So I started doing this, and I realized that actually the tarot cards were very, very good as a diagnostic tool. How many times a person will come to me curious about have a reading, right? And it's always a mix of feelings. There's like excitement and a little bit of fear. Because people usually believe that if you have a tarot reading, the reader will tell you what's going to happen next, right? Everyone has this fortune-telling kind of interest in the cards. But the approach that I prefer and I like is never make predictions. Because when you tell a person what's going to happen, actually you are taking some power that is not yours to influence that person's psyche. And out of respect, and this is what I learned with Alejandro Jodorowsky, who has been my mentor in terms of, I follow his approach. I think it's really, really revolutionary in a way, that we should always respect, because when you do a reading, the person sees you like in a position of some kind of power. So instead of that, I use my cards and the readings to get to know like a deeper layer about the person's issue or problem. Because people may believe, okay, I have this problem about, I don't know why I cannot get a decent job, the job that is really good for me. Yeah, so they may say that. And then you present the card, the person pick some cards, and then it's a totally different situation going on. And usually it's something emotional. And when you say something about the person, and usually it's something that comes to me, is I'm not a psychic, okay? I'm not a psychic, but I am open to receive guidance through, spirits or God, guides. And what happened is, for example, I'm gonna do this randomly, okay? Okay, let's say the person gets this card, which is the Hermit, number 9. So I would say, so it looks like you are in a moment in your life where you are not comfortable, where you are right now. That you feel like you're very attached to the past. You need to go forward, but you're still very, you're still looking to the past. It's like you're walking backwards. Because the unknown is still very scary. So it's like when we want to make a change, but we're not ready, and we're still very attached to the past. For example, we want to break a pattern, but it's so powerful and addictive that we're still holding into that, and we're moving forward, but like walking backwards. You know what I mean? But what happened in this card, if you see this closely, this man has like a lantern and a walking stick. So that means you have the resources that you need to feel safe. You have the lamp, the light of your intellect, your intuition, your instinct, and you have like a walking stick. So if you can't see in the dark, you can use the walking stick to, like tap, like to touch the ground, to make sure that you can step into that safely. See? And many times, I don't have to explain a lot because it's a symbol and people understand, not with the rational mind, but with the subconscious mind. They make the connection and they understand. It's an understanding that is not linear, that is not rational. That's what makes tarot reading so powerful, because use a different language that goes directly to the subconscious mind. So the tarot does two things. One is use the language and the symbols for you to connect to the subconscious mind, to get to know what is going on in there. And also you get a perspective, sometimes an answer to resolve that issue that you may never maybe get it in any other way. So that's why tarot is so important, especially when we are trying to break a pattern, to make major changes in our lives, because it's gonna go deeper, A reading or a symbol or an archetype, it goes through beliefs, fears, limitations, everything, and usually will surprise you, or sometimes will confirm that your intuition about the resolution or whatever you need to find out was right, because it comes usually as a confirmation. So if you want to know more, please contact with me. I have options for tarot readings, like usually one reading is enough, so you can have like 1 hour session with me, and we're going to do the reading. I don't need you to tell me anything about what's going on. The cards will tell me everything, and we're going to have a conversation, and I'm going to help you and guide you to understand. Not that I'm going to tell you what this means, but I'm going to help you to connect with your subconscious mind and the message in the cards that will give you the insight. It's like the light. You will light the light, like the lamp, for you to get to a place of deep understanding that many times is not rational. So I hope you like this video, and I hope you find this useful and insightful. And please contact me. All the information is in the description below, and we can have a session. We can talk about the rate. I really want to serve anyone who needs this right now. So I'm always open to do some exchange or to adapt to your possibilities. I know it's hard sometimes, but if you really need support and help, I'm here to do exactly that. Subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much, and see you next time.